There are moments in life when everything feels still. You pray, you wait, you hope, and yet nothing seems to move. Days turn into months. Dreams feel distant, answers feel delayed. But what you don't see is that heaven is extremely busy during your quiet seasons. When it feels like nothing is happening, God is actually preparing everything. God specializes in sudden breakthroughs. He works in silence, but he moves in power. Just because you don't see him working does not mean he isn't. He is aligning people, opportunities, healing, and doors in ways you could never plan on your own. And when it finally happens, it will come so fast you will realize the delay was not punishment. It was preparation. Right now, what you call waiting, God calls building. He is strengthening your faith, shaping your character, and stretching your capacity so you can handle what he is about to give you. If he gave you everything too soon, it would overwhelm you. So he grows you before he blesses you. There are battles you fought that you didn't even know were protecting your future. There were prayers God didn't answer because they would have led you away from your destiny. There were doors that closed because better ones are about to open. You thought you were being rejected, but God was redirecting you. Some of you are one prayer away from a miracle, one breakthrough away from freedom, one moment away from a shift that will change your entire life. The enemy tried to exhaust you so you would quit before God moves. But you didn't quit. You're still standing. And because you stayed faithful, God is about to shock you with his goodness. What is coming will not look like what you lost. It will be greater. What is coming will not just restore you. It will elevate you. God is not just fixing what was broken. He is creating something better than you imagined. There is a powerful reason why God does not move when we expect him to. He allows situations to stretch to the edge, to the point where human strength, logic, and solutions completely run out. When there is nothing left that you can do, that is when God steps in. He waits until no person, no system, and no circumstance can take credit for what is about to happen. When God moves at the last moment, everyone knows it was not luck, not coincidence, not help from people, it was him. Many times we think, if God loves me, why doesn't he fix this now? But God is not just interested in fixing the situation. He is interested in revealing his power through it. If he moved too early, you might think you did it. If the breakthrough came before things became impossible, you might believe it was your own strength. So God allows the pressure to increase, the door to look closed, and the path to seem blocked, so that when the miracle finally happens, there is no confusion about where it came from. This is why so many testimonies begin with, I didn't know how it was going to work. I had no options left. I was about to give up. God loves to step in when the situation looks hopeless, because hopeless situations make room for the divine intervention. When everything looks lost, God shows up and proves that nothing is lost with him. What feels like God is late is actually God being precise. He knows the exact moment when your faith, your endurance, and the situation itself have all reached the point where his power will be most visible. That moment is when the blessing becomes undeniable. That moment is when the breakthrough becomes unforgettable. That moment is when even those who doubted will have to admit that God did it. So when you feel like you are running out of time, understand this: you are not running out of God's power. You are approaching the moment where only God can move. And that is exactly where miracles are born. What feels like a delay in your life is often the very thing God is using to prepare your breakthrough. We usually see waiting as something negative, but in God's plan, waiting is a powerful tool. When God delays something, it is not because he has forgotten you or decided not to bless you. It is because he is setting things up in ways you cannot see yet. A delay means God is working on more than just one piece of the puzzle. He is not only preparing the blessing, he is preparing you, the people connected to it, and the timing for it. If everything came when you first asked, it might not last, it might not work, or it might not align with your future. God sees far beyond what you see. He knows what needs to be removed, what needs to be healed, and what needs to fall into place before the promise can be fulfilled. Sometimes God delays because if he answered immediately, it would actually hurt you. You might be asking for something that would break you at your current level. You might not yet have the wisdom, strength, or discipline to handle what you are praying for. So God uses the delay to grow you. He builds your patience, your faith, and then your character so that when the blessing comes, you are able to keep it. Delays also protect you from wrong doors. There are things you wanted in the past that if God had given them to you, they would have taken you off your destiny path. But God, in his mercy, slowed things down, blocked certain doors, and caused waiting not to punish you, but to protect you. What looks like God saying no is often God saying not yet, and that not yet is filled with purpose. Behind every delay, God is arranging people, timing opportunities and outcomes so that when the moment finally comes, everything will align perfectly. There are seasons in life where it feels like you are stuck. You pray, you work, you wait, yet nothing around you seems to shift. The same problems remain. The same doors stay closed. The same battles keep repeating. But just because nothing is changing on the outside does not mean nothing is happening on the inside. In those quiet, frustrating seasons, God is doing some of his deepest work in you. God often focuses on your character before he changes your circumstances. He knows that where he is taking you requires a stronger mindset, deeper faith, and a more mature spirit. If he moved you forward without first growing you, the next level would overwhelm you. So he allows stillness, pressure, and waiting so that he can shape you into someone who can handle what is coming. During these seasons, God is teaching you patience. He is teaching you to trust him without seeing immediate results. He is teaching you to walk by faith instead of by sight. These lessons cannot be learned in comfort or in fast progress. They are learned in the waiting room. When you have no choice but to lean on God, when you feel like nothing is happening, God is strengthening your heart, refining your thinking, and healing areas of you that you didn't even know needed healing. He is removing fear, insecurity, and old mindsets that would sabotage your future. He is building resilience inside you so that when the breakthrough arrives, you won't collapse under its weight. The season of stillness is not wasted time. It is preparation time. God is quietly turning you into someone who is ready for greater responsibility, greater blessings, and greater purpose. Even when the outside looks the same, the inside is being transformed. There are moments when you pray and hear nothing back. You seek God and feel no response. You wait for a sign, a word, or a change. And everything remains quiet. That silence can be one of the hardest things to endure because it makes you wonder if God is still listening. But in reality, God's silence is not absence, it is activity. When God is silent, he is often working in ways that cannot be rushed or explained. He is putting pieces together that you cannot see. He is moving people, shifting circumstances, closing wrong doors, and opening the right ones. Just like a builder becomes quiet when they are focused on constructing something important, God becomes silent when he is deeply at work in your life. If God spoke every detail of what he was doing, it would overwhelm you. You might panic. You might try to interfere. So instead, he works quietly behind the scenes, making sure everything aligns perfectly. The silence protects the process. There are prayers you prayed months ago that God is still answering right now, even though you think nothing is happening. The timing, the connections, the opportunities, all of it is being arranged in divine order. Every delay, every closed door, every unexpected turn is part of that arrangement. There are seasons when it feels like nothing in your life is moving forward. You wake up, go through the same routine, face the same challenges, and see no visible progress. It can make you feel discouraged, overlooked, or forgotten. But what you see is not the full story. God does some of his greatest work in places you cannot observe. Just because doors haven't opened yet doesn't mean God hasn't turned the handle. Just because answers haven't arrived yet doesn't mean they are not on the way. God is working in conversations you are not part of, in hearts you cannot reach, and in circumstances you cannot control. He is aligning people, shifting decisions, and preparing opportunities that will suddenly appear when the time is right. Many times, God is already solving the problem while you are still worrying about it. He is already making a way while you are still praying for one. What feels like delay is often God protecting the process from being rushed or ruined. He knows that if things came together too early, they would fall apart just as quickly. Behind the scenes, God is also removing what would harm your future. Some connections are being quietly broken. Some paths are being gently closed. Some distractions are being moved out of the way. You may not understand it now, but later you will realize how much God was doing for you when you thought nothing was happening. The challenges you are facing right now are not random, and they are not meant to destroy you. They are designed to prepare you. Every obstacle, every setback, and every difficult season is shaping you for where God is taking you next. What feels heavy today is actually building the strength you will need tomorrow. God never promotes someone without first preparing them. The next level of your life will require more patience, more wisdom, more faith, and more emotional strength than where you are now. So God allows you to go through things that stretch you, test you, and force you to grow. The pressure you feel is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that you are being trained for something greater. Many people ask God for bigger blessings, but are not yet ready to handle them. Bigger opportunities come with bigger responsibilities. Greater influence comes with greater challenges. God uses your current struggles to build your ability to stay humble, stay faithful, and stay strong when the next level arrives. What you are learning right now, how to trust God when things are hard, how to keep going when you are tired, how to remain faithful when nothing makes sense, will be exactly what carries you through your future. You may not like this season, but it is adding depth to you. It is giving you experience, endurance, and wisdom that you could never gain in comfort. Pressure is uncomfortable, but is not pointless. In God's process, pressure is often the final stage before elevation. Just like diamonds are formed under extreme pressure, God allows intense seasons in your life to bring out something valuable inside you. What you are feeling right now is not meant to crush you. It is meant to shape you. When you are close to a breakthrough, the resistance often increases. Doubts become louder. Obstacles feel heavier. Fatigue sets in. This is because something is about to shift. You are being stretched beyond your comfort zone so you can step into a new level of purpose, strength, and influence. God is expanding your capacity so you can carry what He is about to release. Many people mistake pressure for failure. They think something is wrong because everything feels hard. But often everything feels hard because you are being pushed out of where you used to be. Growth is rarely comfortable. Change is rarely easy, but both are necessary for promotion. God uses pressure to reveal what is inside you. He shows you how strong you really are, how deep your faith really goes, and how much you are capable of enduring. The pressure is not there to stop you. It is there to prepare you for the weight of what is coming. Many times we limit God by the way we imagine our future. We pray with a picture in our mind of how things should happen, who should be involved, and what the outcome should look like. But God is not restricted by our expectations. He moves in ways that go beyond what we can plan, predict, or understand. When God decides to bless you, He often does it in a way that surprises you completely. You might think your breakthrough will come through one door, but God brings it through another. You might expect it to happen at a certain time, but God brings it when you least expect it. You might think it will come through certain people, but God sends someone you never even considered. That is how God works. not just to bless you, but to remind you that He is in control. God's unexpected blessings often come after long seasons of disappointment. When you have given up on trying to figure things out, when you have stopped forcing things to happen, that is when God steps in and does what only He can do. He brings opportunities you did not see coming. He opens doors you thought were permanently closed. He restores what you thought was gone forever. These surprising blessings are powerful because they strengthen your faith. They show you that God was listening the whole time, even when nothing made sense. They prove that God was working in the background, setting things up in ways you could not see. When God blesses you unexpectedly, it leaves no room for doubt. You know it was not your effort, your timing, or your connections. You know it was God. Some of the hardest things you have gone through were not meant to end you. They were meant to shape you. The pain, the rejection, the betrayal, the loss, and the disappointment were all designed to push you closer to God and stronger within yourself. What the enemy intended to use to destroy your faith is the very thing God will use to display His power in your life. There were moments when you thought you would not survive, nights when you cried, questioned everything, and felt completely alone. But you are still here. You are still standing. And then that alone is proof that God was with you even when you could not feel Him. Those dark seasons built a story inside you that no one can take away. One day you will look back and realize that the pain was not wasted. The struggle taught you how to pray. The heartbreak taught you how to trust God. The delay taught you patience. The battle taught you endurance. Everything you went through added something to who you are now. Your testimony will not just be about what God gave you. It will be about what He brought you through. People will see your strength and wonder how you made it. They will hear your story and realize that God carried you when you could not carry yourself. Not everything that leaves your life is a loss. Sometimes God has to remove things, situations, and even people to make room for what He is about to bring. When God is preparing you for a higher level, He cannot allow you to carry what no longer fits where you are going. What once was comfortable can become a limitation. There are relationships that were good for one season, but harmful for your next. There are habits that once felt normal, but now hold you back. There are environments that no longer support your growth. God, in His love, begins to separate you from these things. It can feel painful, confusing, and lonely, but it is necessary. Sometimes people walk away and you don't understand why. Sometimes doors close without explanation. Sometimes you are forced into change you did not ask for. But behind it all, God is protecting your future. He sees who and what would slow you down, distract you, or damage what He is building in you. God removes obstacles so that when the blessing comes, nothing stands in the way. He clears paths that were blocked. He removes distractions that would steal your focus. He takes away influences that would pull you back into old patterns. It is not rejection, it is redirection. Every time you have cried out in pain, frustration, or disappointment, God has been watching. Every tear that fell in secret, every prayer whispered in the middle of the night, every moment you felt hopeless, nothing has been wasted. God is not unaware of your struggles, and He does not forget the moments that break your heart. Each tear is significant because it represents your faith, your endurance, and your desire for His intervention. Sometimes it feels like your suffering is invisible, that no one sees the weight you carry, but God sees everything. He notices the depth of your hurt, the sleepless nights, and the prayers that seem unanswered. Those tears are not signs of weakness. They are evidence of your humanity, your hope, and your reliance on Him. Every tear has been stored in His heart as a testimony of your faith. More importantly, God uses your tears as a part of your preparation for blessing. They refine your spirit, strengthen your character, and deepen your dependence on Him. Tears teach patience, humility, and resilience. They break down pride, fear, and impatience, making space for the blessings He is about to pour into your life. One day, when God moves, those very tears will be remembered. They will become the story, then part of the inspires others, a testimony of how faith can endure through pain. The pain you have felt and the tears you have shed are not meaningless. They are being transformed into evidence of God's faithfulness, mercy, and love. So my friend, I want you to hear this clearly today. Your breakthrough is coming. God has not forgotten you. Every delay, every struggle, every tear, and every unanswered prayer has been part of his divine plan. He is working behind the scenes, aligning every detail, removing every obstacle, and preparing you for a future greater than you can imagine. Do not give up now. Do not lose hope. Do not quit before your miracle arrives. The moment you've been waiting for is closer than you think. The shift you've been longing for is already on its way. Your faithfulness, patience, and obedience are about to be rewarded in ways that will surpass your wildest dreams. Remember, God specializes in the unexpected. What was meant to break you will become your testimony. What was delayed is being perfected. What you've been waiting for will arrive suddenly, powerfully, and gloriously. So stand firm, stay faithful, keep trusting, keep believing. God will surprise you very soon, and when he does, you will see that every struggle, every moment of waiting, and every test was worth it. Get ready for your miracle. Get ready for your blessing. Your life is about to change forever. Many times, people give up just before their breakthrough. They stop believing, stop praying, and stop striving because the circumstances around them seem unchanged. What they don't realize is that miracles often arrive quietly, just when hope feels faintest. You are likely closer to your miracle than you even imagine. Your answer, your breakthrough, and your victory may be just around the corner. God's timing is perfect, and he often works in ways that are invisible to the human eye. You might not see the connections being made, the doors being opened, or the resources being aligned. But God is moving behind the scenes. The solution to your problem, the promotion you prayed for, the healing you longed for, or the opportunity you dreamed about could arrive at any moment. You are on the brink of something amazing. Your past efforts, patience, and faith have not been in vain. Every trial, every prayer, every act of obedience is setting the stage for your miracle. Sometimes the closer we get to the breakthrough, the heavier the pressure feels. This is not a coincidence. It is a sign that the change is imminent. The closer you are to the miracle, the more resistance you may feel from the enemy, but trying to make you quit. But God is faithful. The moment you least expect it, things will shift in ways that will shock you. What seemed impossible will become possible. What seemed delayed will suddenly arrive. Your miracle is not delayed because God forgot you. It is delayed because he is perfecting the timing so that your breakthrough will be complete, undeniable, and everlasting. Right now, even if the situation looks the same, have faith that the miracle is near. Keep trusting, keep believing, and keep moving forward because you are standing on the edge of something extraordinary. One of the hardest lessons to learn in life is patience, especially when you are waiting for something that seems urgent. You pray, you hope, and you try to take control, but things do not happen on your schedule. It is natural to feel frustrated, discouraged, or even doubtful, but God's timing is perfect, even when it feels painful, delayed, or unfair. God is never late. What feels like a delay is often him waiting for the right moment when everything will align perfectly. He is coordinating people, resources, opportunities, and circumstances so that when the blessing comes, it will be complete and lasting. If he moved too soon, parts of the plan could fail, or you might not be ready to receive it fully. The discomfort you feel now is part of the preparation for a perfect outcome. Even when waiting hurts, it is important to remember that God sees the bigger picture. He knows what you cannot see. He knows how the pieces of your life fit together, how each challenge shapes you, and how each delay protects you from harm or disappointment. Every trial is a setup for a miracle, and every moment of waiting is a step toward destiny. Painful seasons teach endurance, humility, and reliance on God. They test your faith, stretch your character, and prepare you to handle blessings responsibly. When the timing is right, you will see that every tear, every struggle, and every moment of waiting had a purpose. What felt like loss, setback, or failure will turn to a testimony of God's faithfulness. Even if it hurts now, trust that God is not forgetting you. He is moving at the perfect time, orchestrating events in ways you cannot imagine. His timing is never wrong, and the reward that comes at the right moment will make all the waiting worth it. Every step of faith you have taken, every decision to do what is right instead of what is easy, and every act of obedience you have shown, no matter how small, is not overlooked by God. Obedience is a powerful force in the life of a believer because it positions you for blessings, breakthrough, and promotions that cannot be earned any other way. God honors the faithfulness of your heart even when the reward seems delayed. Sometimes obedience feels costly. It may require letting go of comfort, walking away from old habits, saying no to relationships, or enduring circumstances that seem unfair. It may even feel like no one notices your efforts. But God notices. Every act of obedience, every choice to stay faithful is being stored in heaven and is setting the stage for your reward. The moment is coming when what you have faithfully done in secret will be acknowledged publicly. The sacrifice, the discipline, and the patience you have exercised will not be in vain. Your obedience is a signal to God that you are ready for greater responsibility, greater influence, and greater blessings. He uses obedience to prepare you for the next level, to open doors, and to align your life with His purpose. Often, rewards for obedience are not immediate because God wants them to come at the perfect time. He is orchestrating the circumstances so that the reward will be undeniable, life-changing, and aligned with your destiny. What seems like delay is actually precision, making sure your breakthrough is complete, protected, and extraordinary. When God rewards obedience, it often surpasses human expectation. The blessings are not just enough to meet your needs, they are abundant, exceeding what you imagine. Your faithfulness has positioned you for something bigger than you can see, and very soon your obedience will bear fruit in ways that will surprise and inspire you. Life has a way of surprising us when we least expect it, and God's timing often works in ways that feel sudden, unexpected, and even miraculous. What seems impossible today, what feels stuck, or what appears to have no solution is on the verge of transformation. God is about to move in your life in a way that will completely shift your circumstances, your perspective, and your destiny. This sudden shift is not random. It is the result of everything you have endured, every prayer you have prayed, every moment of faith, and every tear you have shed. God has been quietly aligning events, people, and opportunities, and now the pieces are ready to fall into place. What you thought would take months, years, or may never happen can arrive in a moment. Often, the closer you are to the breakthrough, the more intense the opposition feels. The enemy will try to create doubt, fear, and impatience, but this is a sign that something big is about to happen. God's sudden shift will catch you by surprise because it is beyond what you imagined or expected. It will validate your faith, your endurance, and your persistence through the waiting period. When God moves suddenly, everything that was previously delayed will accelerate. Obstacles will fall away. Opportunities will appear. People who are meant to be in your life will come forward, and doors that were closed will swing wide open. Your future will be realigned, and your current struggle will become the platform for your testimony. God's sudden shift is a reminder that no situation is permanent, no delay is final, no enemy is stronger than God. The moment is coming when everything that has felt impossible, heavy, or stagnant will be transformed. Your life will change in a way that will not just surprise you, it will astonish you, inspire others, and bring glory to God.